if you are following bets of sports broadcasters on ESPN, on the radio, or whatever sports show that you listen to, some of the ones that are ran by large corporations, if you are following their bets, you are losing. And I know this for sure because if you followed this dog, you would be losing so much money. And what dog is that? That is Chris Mad Dog Russo. And he was just on ESPN recently talking about how much money he lost. And he's a typical sports broadcaster. And let me share with you this video of him talking about it, actually. Check this.
How much money have you lost?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Tell the truth, doggy.
You want to know the truth?
Yes.
I know you know. He does know, Molly.
Take a stab at it.
I would say you've lost
50.
about $150,000.
Marcus?
I go 100.
50.
In between.
What the hell does that mean?
In
We gave you
between
three
100.
numbers.
Do the math, Steve.
We gave you three numbers.
70.
We gave you three, not two. In between what?
85.
These two.
I said 50.
Oh.
About
Yeah.
80.
That's 75,
Yeah.
80. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
75, 80.
You see how he didn't want to give an exact number, and it just felt like he was lying, you know, like nobody wants to tell their exact number of how much they lost. But this guy, he just got inducted into the Hall of Fame of radio, right? Radio. Okay. So what is he good at? What is he a pro at? He's pro at radio broadcasting. Although he is in the sports industry, he is not a pro at sports gambling. So what many people don't understand, that just because you got all this knowledge in sports does not equal that you are a great sports gambler. And it's quite the opposite. And, you know, I see a lot of people watching sports broadcasting and taking the advice of these guys on TV or the guys on the radio. This is who Chris Mad Dog likes, you know, so I'm going to follow that. No way. Like, I bet you his loss was probably like way over 100,000. He just said, you take a guess, And he took the two smallest ones, said, it's somewhere in between that, but he don't want to give a number. First of all, I know his wife, if he's married, she would kill him if she knew that number. But, you know, nobody ever wants to give up their true loss number, and everyone's always going to say that number is a lot lower than what it truly is, right? So, you know, why is it that these sports broadcasters suck at sports betting? You know, if you think about it, he got inducted into the Hall of Fame of radio. And in actuality, I don't know if you guys know about the Hall of Fame of sports gambling. That was just created, and I think it's at Circa. And they have a Hall of Fame of sports gambling, right, with Billy Walters and some other guys in the sports gambling industry. They are inducted in that Hall of Fame. And actually, some of the other guys that were inducted I don't think they're necessarily winners. They actually played on the book side, like in Vegas, kind of helped start up the sports betting industry, because there were some of the like old guys that got inducted into this Hall of Fame. But that's for another story. But, you know, with these guys in sports broadcasting, they understand sports. They know, they watch the games and saw what happened. And, you know, maybe that's the case with you too. You see what happens, you watch the games, and you make your decision based on what you see. But in reality, sports gambling is a lot about numbers. And a lot of people who just get started in sports gambling, like broadcasters, they're not into these numbers necessarily like you have to be if you actually want to win in sports betting. They're not looking at past history data, although they may know that, like, theoretically, or just like in their head, they recall they lost, they won, but the exact numbers and the percentages and all this, they're not taking that into account when they're making their decisions. And they may actually be knowledgeable in sports trivia, but when it comes to trying to pin down a number and trying to figure out if it will go over or under based on past history data, based on these kind of players. They're not really crunching the numbers. So that's why, they're not necessarily the best ones to get sports pick advice from. And you heard it there first. Mad Dog Russo has lost $100,000, $80,000, which I believe is probably 3 times as much. Who knows? But, that's why when I see these guys giving out picks, like actually maybe you just want to fade them on the guys on TV, because in reality, they're a hit or miss, and most likely they're a miss. And Mad Dog Russo was just talking about a parlay that he just missed. And come on, if he's playing parlays, I know for sure he's not on the winning side. He's playing for fun. He's playing for entertainment. And if you're playing for fun and entertainment, fine, go follow them. But if you're trying to play to win actual money, if you're trying to take this seriously, those are not the guys you want to follow. Who are the guys you want to follow? They are guys that are actually talking about sports betting. So now there's a lot of sports betting shows out there, and they're specifically talking about sports betting. And just recently, I was aware of VSIN, and they were talking about sports betting, but they actually just got bought out recently. Not so recently, but by DraftKings, which is a sports book. So now their interests are kind of clashing, where VSiN was giving out sports betting information. They got bought out by DraftKings. Now DraftKings doesn't want the players to actually win, so VSiN won't give out the greatest information anymore. So you have to also consider, like, who is running these broadcasting networks. Like when it comes to ESPN or some large corporation, they're running a network that is about entertainment, right? And so whatever type of entertainment they can provide you, that's what they're going to do. Somebody like VSiN was independent, and they were all about sports gambling and helping sports bettors win because they were playing against the books. Now, if they're owned by a book, the book doesn't want to give out information to players to help them win. They want to give out enough information to get players to make bets. So now VSiN's goal under DraftKings is to get people interested in betting, not give them great winning information. It's to get people to throw their money down in the DraftKings sportsbook, so they can promote DraftKings and go place your bet here. Here's some information about it, but they're not going to give you the right winning play necessarily, and they're not going to give you the best information that you really need to beat the sports book. So, who to follow? I actually share some of my plays, and I am not the handicapper. I work with a team of sharp guys, and I share some of their plays, some of their information in my Discord. So if you're looking for that, you can follow that here. But other than that, you can please like, share, and subscribe to this, because I will keep sharing all about the sports betting industry, some tips, information that you really want to keep track of. So if you're playing in the books today, good luck out there.